that's what you want, though, right? Because then you'll know where the big spike is. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Welcome
to
episode, I would say 1.5, but technically probably episode.
We didn't really cover George Washington too much. But you know what? I don't think he's my favorite president.
Well, there you go. We know.
What about you?
On to the next.
Do you think he's your favorite?
No, I think he's only my,
Favorite so far.
He's my favorite rumor president, right? Like, I'm not sure he did anything, worth me naming him my favorite.
Yeah,
You know
he's
what I mean?
only the first. But I mean, someone's gotta be.
True.
Did you ever... okay, this is... Or I'm gonna get off task already, but... Oh, no, actually, I'll get back on task. Today, I actually I did some learning, so...
Oh my god.
I kind of know some things.
I'm excited.
I'm
ready to learn.
If you want to ask me questions. But first, I want to start off with a fun little game. Do you mind if I...
Ooh, I love
lead
games.
us in a game?
Do I get a prize?
If you win. And
Okay,
if I win,
right, sure.
I get a prize.
Oh.
Okay, so go to Wikipedia.
Okay.
We used to play this all the time in high school.
Oh, is this... You have to get to somebody by a certain amount of clicks? Oh my god, I love this game.
And then we'll see who gets there the fastest.
So don't you... Do you have to try and get to Kevin Bacon?
We could, or we could both choose a thing, and then we have to get
Oh my god.
to
Okay,
we have to connect them.
Okay, I'm in.
Hopefully this will be good for a podcast, but we can explain what we're doing. Here, you give me something. Actually, here, we could either do the random article,
Okay.
or we could start from the same thing.
So are we starting from the same thing and then trying to get to the same thing with the least amount of clicks?
Yeah. Should we both start the same thing though, or get to a random article? I mean, or start from a random article and get to, like, let's say Cookie Monster or something. Or...
Maybe let's start from the same thing just to see if we have the similar path or not. And this will be almost like a friendship test too.
Yeah, we'll see how.
Just to see how in sync we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, so I'll
So close.
I'll click random article, see where it takes us. Oh, this is a book. Should we do this book? It's called The Future of the Mind by Mikio Kako.
So, and are we trying to get to Kevin Bacon, or are we just doing...
Do you want to do Kevin Bacon?
That's usually fun. I mean, usually I do it with IMDb. We used to do it with actors. Yeah. Okay, so I am now on the article, The Future of the Mind. Scientific quest to understand, enhance, and empower the mind is a popular science book by the futurist and physicist. Jesus, I can't read. Nice. Just exposed myself. Cool. Awesome. Alright, so to Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, are we splitting off different paths, though, or are we getting there together?
I guess I'll say out loud as I click, so that our listeners will know what I'm doing.
Okay, Kevin Bacon, you say? Okay, I'm just gonna quickly look at. Yeah, it's
a very light page. Okay.
Okay, I think I got. Here, you choose yours, then I'll click on mine, and we'll see. We probably won't have the same one.
Interesting. I will also. I have mine.
Okay.
It's the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, did he write a book? Maybe I'm doing telekinesis. Maybe this is okay. All right. Okay. Click on your thing. That's probably good. Right?
I'm now on the New York Times bestsellers list. Oh. This is going to be riveting for everyone. Okay. References.
Yeah. They can't even look at what we're looking at.
Yeah. Maybe they can, in real time, also click things.
Yeah. They can play along. Oh, by the way, are we viral yet? Have we made it?
I mean, Twitter is imploding right now, so that's kind of taken over.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because Elon Musk was like, hey guys, free speech, jokes are funny now, and then everyone started making fun of him, and then he was like, oh, I'm going to ban everybody who's making fun of me, and then free speech wasn't a thing anymore.
It's $8 for...
Yeah, for that sweet check mark.
He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose the business.
Everyone's going to Tumblr.
What's that movie with John Travolta?
He's done a lot of films.
Oh, I was hoping it was on the telekinesis page. Yeah, because he's an actor.
Okay, I've got
Geller.
it. I have my click from the New York Best Time selling list.
Okay,
Oprah's Book
I think
Club.
You might win, actually.
I'm getting into the celebrities now. Oprah's Book Club.
Oh, I'm not even at celebrities yet. Okay, I'm going to click on Uri Geller. Famous telekinetic guy. Oh.
Okay, and now I'm going to go to I'm now clicking the Oprah Winfrey Show, and I'm going to hope that Kevin Bacon was a guest on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
I know that Uri Geller lives in Elvis's house. I'm just going to quick search for Bacon.
I now have, there's now a section called Celebrities. There's not Kevin Bacon, but Katie Holmes. Katie Holmes, I'm pretty sure she was in a movie with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, you're going to kick my ass.
Okay. And now I just got to remember if Kevin Bacon and Tom Cruise were in a movie together, which I don't know.
Oh, it's Michael Jackson's house. Damn it.
The only movie I really know is Tremors for Kevin Bacon or Footloose.
Okay, I'm gonna click on Michael Jackson next.
At least you're in celebrities, man. That's all you need.
I'm bombing here, Dutch.
Oh yeah, hello, Deepthroat. I didn't even use your moniker.
That's okay. You didn't say my name, right?
No, I didn't. I said hello, sir. I think originally.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't even know what your name is.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Tom Cruise. I don't see anything.
Who did Michael Jackson? Oh wait, surely there's celebrities on here. Was Kevin Bacon in a movie with Macaulay Culkin?
Here's the thing: is I'm realizing that I don't remember a lot of Kevin Bacon's movies. Like I can't think of the only thing I can think of is Tremors and Footloose. That's it.
Kevin Bacon?
But Macaulay Culkin and Tom Cruise were in neither of those. He wasn't one of but an Invisible Man.
Okay, I'm doing Macaulay Culkin. What are you at? Number 3?
I'm on Tom Cruise, and I went New York, Oprah's book, Oprah Winfrey Show, Katie. I'm on 5.
Okay, I'm on 4. But I don't know if I'm doing it. Oh, Golden Globe Award. Did he ever win any awards?
He definitely won awards,
Was there Golden Globe?
Here's the thing is I'm realizing I don't know a lot of Kevin Bacon, so this isn't really helping whatsoever. Maybe Kevin Bacon's my favorite president.
Maybe he will be one day by the time we get to the end. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Well, here's a bunch of actors. Matthew Broderick. Surely they were in a movie together. Who was in Footloose?
It was a very, very early film with Kevin Bacon. He was young, and so there wasn't a lot of famous people in it.
Oh, I'm so close. Worst actor, best actor.
Oh, I remember he was in a movie with what's his face from The Office. If I can get there, can I connect him with Tom Cruise?
Is the goal to get this in 6?
I think so. Honestly, I think we failed, but I'm now stuck just on the Tom Cruise Wikipedia page.
Oh, I got the New York Times here. I could loop back in with you. I don't know how good of a podcast this is if you're just silent.
Okay. I got Jack Reacher. Okay, I'm going from Tom Cruise to Jack Reacher. And I'm going to try and get to the TV show. I'm not going to do it in 6, but I think I can get there. Give me TV show.
Give me some more information about Kevin Bacon.
Without cheating and Googling him, I know he has red hair.
That's not... No, what movies is he in?
That's what I'm saying, is I know he was in... there was a movie about something love. Crazy Stupid Love. He was in that.
Is Hugh Grant in that? Wow, Hugh Grant.
No, but Ryan Gosling and what's-his-face that played Michael Scott in The Office is in it.
Oh, okay.
He was in a movie about ghosts, where there were ghosts in his house, and I think it was called Escape or something. I remember it was a movie that freaked the crap out of me. because he kept having these weird, like, psychic connections with these ghosts in his house, and it scared him. But I'm not really good with scary movies anyway.
Oh, I was thinking of Patrick Swayze for a second.
He was really big in, like, the 80s, really. But the thing is they say, is, like, it's the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, as you can usually get back to Kevin Bacon within, like, knowing 7 people, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna go for 80s movie. See You in the Morning. Farrah Fawcett. Oh, I got Drew Barrymore. Is that one you're looking for?
No, I'm trying to look for, I'm trying to get to John Krasinski.
Oh, John Krasinski.
Yeah, I'm currently on the Jack Reacher Wikipedia. He did a TV show about Jack Reacher. But this is just the movie side of it.
I don't know any of these people.
But I don't know if... Okay, so I've got Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, the IMAX experience. But I don't see the TV show.
Should I go to Warner Brothers? Is that a good strategy?
Hey, I don't know if I can help you. I think this is a
I'm
failed.
cheating too much.
I think we're gonna have to when we put the only editing we'll do in this episode is you'll be putting this on like 2 times speed. So we'll just be talking like chipmunks really fast, just like blaze through us searching.
Okay, I got a lot of movies here. I just need to find one with Kevin Bacon in it. Martin Scorsese.
And I have to stay on Wikipedia, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
World War II. Ronald Reagan.
Hey,
of the United States.
Retrospectively, we should have picked John Adams.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's not too late. Let's do it. Oh, Presidents of the United States, John Adams. I don't know if this is podcast material, to be honest.
If there was a visual component.
Silence. Yeah. All right, back on track. So Dutch, tell me what you know about John Adams.
So I feel like I've heard a lot of songs about John Adams.
You have?
I don't know. I feel like John Jacob Himmelheimer Schmidt song, or I don't know. John Adams just feels like a household name. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a strong, classic, North American.
Kind of sounds like
white man's name.
A beard name. Samuel. Oh, actually, Samuel Adams. Isn't that a type of beer? Who knows?
That is a type of beer.
He's in here too. He's in the page. He was apparently his uncle or something.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no, it
was
was his cousin.
What a classy dude.
Close enough.
Cousin, uncle, brother,
There's
sister.
Actually, what I learned is there's a lot of Adams. He actually had a son named John Quincy Adams, who was the 5th or the 6th president, I think. Some kind of a power family.
I feel like there's been a lot of legacy. Maybe not.
Maybe.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Because the only one I know is obviously the George Bush, Senior and Junior, were presidents. But besides that, I don't know of any, like, father-son
power couples.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is any. Maybe. Other than these two. Anyway, so tell me, what would you like to know about him? Because my mind is an archive now.
All right. What was John Adams's most controversial, legislation that he pushed through?
Okay, so when he was first president, he... well, not when he was first president. I didn't really read the part when he was president, because it's a very long page. But I think the kind of the most criticism he got was that he was kind of a despot, and he really was building up the military, because at the time there was it's called the Quasi-War, and they were kind of half at war with France for some reason.
Oh, I think it was over money.
Yeah, because they Wow, I'm actually surprised how
I think
much
they sent them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sent them money to fight off the British, and then they couldn't pay the French back.
I don't know if they couldn't, but they were like, "Oh, that wasn't us that you paid the money to. It was a different country. We're a new country now. Therefore, our debts don't exist."
They bamboozled them.
Yeah, the old country name switcheroo, you know.
Wow. And then France gave them the Eiffel Tower, or no, America gave France the Eiffel Tower, and France gave America the Statue of Liberty. So they figure this stuff out. Yeah, it was like a
was
peace
that during this presidency
treaty. I don't think so. I think it was. I want to say like the 30s, the 1930s or something.
Really? So it took some time for them to figure out their problems, I guess. Hundreds of years. Yeah, so that was like his most controversial thing. One thing I liked about him was that he was not a slave owner. And he actually...
I'm assuming most presidents were.
Yeah, it says... I was looking at this, and it says apparently he was the only president of the first 12 or so that didn't have slaves.
Interesting.
And he kind of wanted to get rid of slavery, but he didn't believe that enough people would agree with him. Obviously, it was a contentious issue, enough to go to war with, so... If you don't have
and I feel like it's one of those like
you might die
political things where it's like you want to push an agenda, but if you don't have the right people on your side to actually back it up, they're just gonna say, "Well, this guy's a cuckoo head. Let's get him out of office," and then you've lost all your power.
Yeah, who voted for this guy?
Yeah, who said this guy could say things that he really believed in?
You know what I didn't mention also is, and we didn't get last week, but he was the first prime vice president with George Washington.
Oh, he was okay. So he was the vice president of George Washington, and then became president.
Yeah, and he was wasn't like high, like Washington won it by a landslide, but apparently John Adams had kind of a beef with Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, wait, so. Sorry, well, he wasn't the vice president of George Washington. He was like the running mate of George Washington.
No, he was like second place because back then they didn't really have parties.
A vice president.
Yeah, so just like whoever won the second most votes was vice president.
Weird, interesting.
Yeah, and apparently Alexander Hamilton was like convincing people to not vote for John Adams, the first president, because he didn't want to hurt George Washington's feelings. So like, guys, it's got to be George.
So, Hamilton ran a smear campaign against Adams, and then they had beef. They had Twitter beef.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I'd call it a smear campaign. It's just like, hey, vote for George. But actually, later in his life, when he was president, Hamilton did do a smear campaign. He apparently wrote, he published a paper that just went off on his character.
Wow. Do you think they might have loved each other and one it was like a lover's quarrel?
I don't think so, but you know who did have a lover's quarrel? Him and Thomas Jefferson. John Adams. In fact, if I scroll to the very bottom of this page, there's a nice little paragraph about their friendship with Jefferson and John Adams. Maybe I'll just read it because I don't quite remember. But I thought it was really cute. Have you ever seen The Notebook?
I'm offended that you think that I haven't seen it, but yes, I have.
Okay, well, you're a woman.
Yep.
And I'm a man who likes Rachel McAdams.
Okay. That was the coming out of Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Our Canadian diamond.
I heard actually that the director of The Notebook thought that Ryan Gosling was too ugly to play. What's his name? Not Nathan. Noah.
Noah. Yes. I can't quit you. No, wait, that's not it.
No, that's Brokeback Mountain.
That's Brokeback Mountain.
I wish I could quit you.
I got my Goslings.
What's that
one has Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. Just the other G name.
You got your sexy men mixed up.
Oof, they're all up in my head now. I'm all distracted.
Here, let me. What are your thoughts on The Notebook? A little bit sappy?
A little bit sappy. I did like the storyline, how they told you the story in the movie, where you kind of get the ending before you get
that they
really
died?
what's happening.
No.
No, but
Spoilers.
I just like that the story starts off with, like, you don't know it's them as an older couple.
Who's this old man?
You just, like, hear them telling the story, and then it kind of, like, leaves that little hope up of, like, oh my god, did they get back together or whatever. I like Rachel McAdams as well. I think she's a really good actress, and she's easy on the eyes, too, which just kind of helps, and it was a nice little,
Did you think the ending was a little corny, though?
Yeah, but
like,
I
they
feel
both
like,
died at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I think he just... I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, you think he maybe...
Corny.
Do you think maybe he offed himself? Like,
Maybe.
Romeo and Juliet, kind of?
Yeah, like that, like, deep Shakespearean style, maybe. Or he just went to sleep and just chilled there.
Maybe. Maybe he couldn't bear to live in a world without her. Anyways, the reason I'm bringing it up is because that happened with Thomas Jefferson and John Adams as well. They died at the same time.
Thomas Jefferson was, like... He was an inventor first, but then, like, also just, like, a philosopher?
I don't know. We'll find out next week, I guess. Because he's the next president, right?
He's the next president?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. But he, obviously, before he dies. So you're going to have to teach me. Anyways, I thought this was... Let me see if I can find it. There was this cute little letter he wrote to
Thomas Jefferson was, like, only a president for 4 years.
Oh, yeah, one term president. So was John Adams.
Yeah.
Both one-term presidents.
Oh, yeah, they all were. Never mind. I don't know why I thought, because it was, like, the first ones that they...
George Washington was a 2-term president, and they wanted him to run for a third one, but he's like, nope.
Nope, I gotta get new wooden teeth.
Yep. Gotta, I don't know. We didn't actually learn too much about him. We gotta...
Their hair was wild back then, man.
Yeah.
I guess they were mostly wigs, but still.
Do you think that he's wearing a wig in this photo?
I think so.
But he's bald. Why would he have a bald wig? He has 2 wigs on the sides of his head.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like the style back then, because it was like
wisdom.
It was like the kind of French pompadour kind of like curl, so it'd be like parted in the center, and then like combed down, but then curly at the ends. It was just weird. Fashion.
Anyways, what else do you need to know about John Adams? And then we can talk about other things once we feel like we
decided. Is there any? So in your readings, in your years and years of experience of learning about John Adams, what do you think is your favorite part about who he was? Just that he was BFFs with Thomas Jefferson? And how did you know it was a lover's quarrel?
A lover's quarrel? Oh, actually, well, the reason... I was trying to find something to back up my poor memory. But I think they got in a fight over the dumbest reason. Because back then you had to write letters to each other.
Right. There was no email.
And,
there was no electronic mail.
So you had to write a letter, send it to them. They get it. They write back.
Right.
And I think he just wrote him a letter that was, like, very personal. And then he just never...
Oh, he left him on red?
Yeah. He left him hanging. And then so they just stopped talking for a bit. And then somebody died.
They connected.
And then oh, actually, there's a funny. It's funny. I'm kind of like I haven't really done this story justice, but he kind of they were kind of like old men, and they'd just fight about politics over their letters, and they had to stop, like, when someone's wife got involved to like talk between them or something, and they just decided to talk about other things other than politics until they died. And as he was dying, John Adams, he wrote, Thomas Jefferson outlives me, and he actually died an hour before he dies.
Oh my god, they were the original bros.
Yeah. Isn't that cute?
That's really cute. Because I feel like they, like, got so tied up with the politics and the debating, and when they finally kind of put aside their differences, they were like, oh, you're actually kind of a cool dude. He's like, yeah, I like walking in the mornings.
I do that
Tom
too.
Jefferson's like, oh my god, I love walking in the mornings. Wow. He's like, I like to put baby powder in my hair. He's like, I like to put baby powder in my hair.
Oh my god. I like to pretend I'm bald by wearing 2 wigs. I do that too.
Aw, that's cute.
Look at them go. Did you ask me a question?
I was wondering, what I wanted to know about was Thomas Jefferson.
Right.
What you liked about, like, what was something that, I guess, that you were like, man, that's a cool dude. Or maybe he was a horrible dude.
Well, mostly just that he didn't own slaves. That's the bar's pretty low. but I also liked that he was kind of back then they didn't really have 2 parties yet. Like, they did by the time he was president, I think. Like, they kind of had enough differences to split into 2.
They'd done, like, 2 presidents, and they went, wait a minute. We should probably do that.
Stop all agreeing with each other.
Pick sides.
And so, but there was the Democratic Republicans.
Right.
And then the Federalists were the 2 parties that had emerged. And he was a Federalist. But the thing I kind of liked about him, too, other than not owning people, was that he kind of, like, was very stubborn. And even as he disagreed with Federalists a lot. So he was into... He always had he marched to the beat of his own drum, I think. That's kind of what I respect about him.
Yeah, because I think I'm getting Thomas Jefferson mixed up with somebody who was, like, an inventor.
Do you mean John Adams?
No. I am talking about Thomas Jefferson.
Oh.
Sorry. I know we'll talk about Thomas Jefferson next week, so maybe I'll save that and I'll figure that out who was...
well, you could give them a little teaser for next week.
Well, because I have memories of, like, some dude that was, like, connected with the presidents, and he, like, invented something.
Ben Franklin?
Maybe I'm thinking of Ben Franklin.
Maybe. He's a pretty dope guy himself. He could get his own side episode, maybe.
That's true. He wasn't a president, but he was an inventor, and I think just, like, a philanthropist, or just, like was just an intelligent, what's the word? An intellectual, if you will. It's funny that I feel like, I don't know how I got Thomas Jefferson mixed up in that naming, because that doesn't sound at all like
They all look the same.
That's true.
Do you think he actually did the thing with the kite, Ben Franklin? Did you ever hear that? He was flying a kite.
Yeah, where he, like, tied a key to a kite, and then, like, figured out that, like, lightning conducts through metal, and, like, got electrocuted.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's possible, right? Like, I feel like he may have done... I don't think it was done in the way that they've portrayed it in media. Like, I don't think he was just out there in the rain like a crazy person. But I definitely think he had the knowledge to go, hey, I've noticed every time it storms, lightning hits in this area... and there's metal there. I'm going to put this kite on a stick outside and just watch the kite anytime it thunders and lightning.
I just Googled it. And he didn't do it himself, but he proposed the idea, and someone else did it for him.
Got it. So one of his interns did it for him.
Yep. Thomas François Dalibard of France. So I guess they got over their fight with France by then.
Yeah. I mean, does any one person ever get over the fight with France?
Oh, the French. The French.
One of my favorite experiences that I witnessed, I used to work at the airport. Mm-hmm. And
the airport where we live?
Yes, but not the big one, the smaller one.
That's okay. But I have big beef with the big airport. They're a bunch of
I also have
pricks.
Big beef. Yes. I mean, the owners have said, but not the actual workers. Yeah. They're just trying to press.
Well, I've had some bad experiences with the workers, yeah.
Hey, that's fair. I mean, everyone's people and we never get along.
Well, they could let me into my country.
Well, did you have the proper documentation?
Yes.
Did you have the proper COVID?
No, this was before then.
It was before? Okay, then I don't know what the details are. So anyways, I worked with the majority of our flights were to a French-speaking place that is in North America.
Oh,
Two of the people I worked with were from France. Like, well, they were from France. And that's not necessarily Paris, but they were based in the surrounding area. They were fluent French and English speakers. They lived here. And anytime we had someone who was not maybe of France, but still spoke French in the more North American
region of
way,
they'll never figure
where we are. They'll never figure it out. Anytime someone came up that needed a question, I would be usually posted with one of them, and they would translate because I didn't know to speak French fluently. And I witnessed my coworker, his name is Ismail, turn to this man they had been speaking French together for 2 minutes, and he in English said to the man, "I'm sorry, sir, can we please speak English? I don't understand you." And it was the best experience I ever witnessed because you had this Parisian French speaker versus this basically Quebecois back north speaking French, and it was
upper
the same
North
language.
American French.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I just loved that where it's the language has been edited over the years of traveling throughout the world, and it's now just completely different.
Apparently it's like
great.
the French overseas see the French.
It's not as
pure,
refined. It's a bit more quick witted and
more sloppy. But I guess we're kind of sloppy up here. And by up here, I mean anywhere. We could be anywhere.
Yeah, whoa, where are we? I'm in Greenland.
What other things have we milked the president dry?
Well, I'm trying to think of media. Like, has John Adams been portrayed in any media?
Perhaps
the name feels so.
Oh, he went to Harvard.
Familiar.
You know Harvard University was so old?
That I did know. I think both Yale and Harvard are pretty old. They weren't as big as they are now, but yeah. That's why they're so prestigious, because there's like their halls are sold.
What are your thoughts on elite schools?
I mean, I'm of a mind that like if you're someone who wants to talk about theory and philosophy and like the bigger kind of brain melding, exploding things, then definitely go to those bigger schools and universities and all of that. But if you're someone that is not interested in that and wants to go into something more hands-on or artistic or trades or assisting the people that we live around, then there's no point. Like, go to what you need to get the degree that you want, and then that's it. Yeah, because then it's like if you're not interested in doing all that theory, then there's no point. Like,
I just realized
knowledge.
There was a mini-series called John Adams, and Paul Giamatti plays him. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Paul Giamatti, that's it.
Paul Giamatti.
John Adams.
Paul Giamatti. He kind of looks like John Adams.
I love Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, me too. He's have you ever seen Big Fat Liar?
Oh my god, Deepthroat, I'm realizing how much why we need to be friends. I love that movie so much. That was like a height movie. You had Malcolm in the Middle, Frankie Muniz.
Amanda Bynes? Oh.
Amanda Bynes was in it too. It was the two peaks.
I had the hots for Amanda Bynes.
Did you like the movie She's the Man?
Oh, yeah. Especially the part where she pulls her pants down. That part really worked for me as a teenage boy.
Wow, we're really opening up doors for you today. We're just learning.
Yeah.
We're learning about adolescence.
Whatever happened to Amanda Bynes?
She was spoiled by I think Hollywood.
A child actor.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's doing better now. There was a time where she was on Twitter for a while, just kind of saying whatever she wanted to say and was causing some unrest and people's worry about her. It's kind of similar to Britney Spears a little bit. But I think she's doing okay now. I haven't heard anything about her since. Not that that's good or bad, but I think she's now just living her life separate from the public eye.
But I guess she's entitled to her privacy. She is the man.
Yep. She is the man. There's the Bandit Bind show. Wild times.
Yeah, that's how I first discovered her talents.
Well, we didn't talk about John Adams' wife, Abigail.
Of course. Actually, you know what? She was... there's this funny thing I read. Let me see if it's still here. The problem is I was reading off of an old offline version of Wikipedia, so I don't know if the stuff I read is still here. Because it might not be true.
Check your sources.
But in the version I read... Oh, yeah, here's a good part, too. He had this pen name called Humphrey Plowjugger. That's a good name that we could have used if we had known.
Humphrey Plowjugger.
But apparently, okay, so John Adams was in love and wanted to marry this woman, and he was going to ask her to marry him. But one of his friends interrupted him, and that was the end of that. They never married. So he kind of seems kind of like...
Abigail wasn't his first choice of wife?
No, she was his second. There was apparently another woman
that he really wanted, but then his friend got in the way.
But apparently Abigail was 15 when he asked her to marry her, so...
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Bit young.
She died in 1818, so I think...
Wasn't it like typhoid or something? Abigail died of typhoid in 1818.
Wow.
He died at 90 years old, and he was apparently the oldest president until Reagan.
That feels unheard of for an average, because I think because folks back then died early, right? Because they didn't have medicine we do today, right? 90's crazy. That's I think the new 125.
Yeah, that's a serious accomplishment, especially when if you get a swollen tongue, you're dead.
Rest in peace, George.
Rest in peace, George.
George Washington. George.
And George O'Malley.
George O'Malley.
I kind of revisited that, and I was more angry as I revisited it. I watched that scene in Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, man. It was rough.
Yeah, they really rugged me.
They robbed you of a friend and a lover.
Yeah, George O'Malley.
George O'Malley.
Do you know that they called him 007 because he was such a bad doctor?
That feels like low-key bullying.
Oh yeah, that's what I was so angry because they bullied him for 5 seasons, and then they killed him, and then at his funeral, no one seemed to give a shit. Okay, actually. I lied when I said I stopped watching when George died. I watched, that was the season finale, and then I watched the next episode of just to see did Katherine Heigl die too? And she didn't. And I was like, wow, no respect for my boy George. So I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, I think she stuck around for a couple extra seasons after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this podcast is just gonna naturally turn into a Grey's Anatomy watch party.
It could.
After we go over the presidents.
How many it's surprisingly a lot of work to read a Wikipedia page for a president. They're very long.
Yeah, and not as fruitful and entertainment to keep you sassy. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, I
keep your...
I like to have an edge to myself, a sass.
Sass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to help you out, Abigail apparently had 12. Sorry, no. In the 12 years, she gave birth to 6 children. That's what it was.
That's I guess you get a year off and then back to work, I guess.
Yeah.
You also have to raise the children at the same time, so maybe not.
They all were born, basically within, 2 or 3 years of each other, it looks like.
Can you imagine having that many kids? It would be chaos. People just did that back then because, Because what they don't tell you is that some of those kids died.
Yeah, they didn't all. Well, it does say in the script. It looks the script in the Wikipedia.
We're just reading. Yes, sorry, you almost acknowledge the fact that we're just reading Wikipedia right now.
We pay 30 writers 10 cents to write our. No. Yeah, it does say that one of her children were stillborn, but it was like no contraceptive, no sexual education. So of course, people were just popping out kids.
How do you think? Do you think they knew how it all worked back then? Do you think they figured it out?
How like
sex,
like
kids,
how like sex and like
they
babies? Yeah, I think they would have. That was like caveman times. They probably figured it out.
Apparently, I heard no, they probably had it figured out by then. When did they figure out?
Your assigned FBI agent's gonna be like really concerned about your search history.
No, I'm using the dark web actually.
Oh, he's got the dark web VPN. Got it.
History of human sexuality.
Because it's a very natural thing, right? Like I would say that's the most animalistic thing that we still have with our human brains that can speak and talk.
Yeah. Sorry,
because all animals have to procreate, so it's kind of a very
but they just do it because it feels good. I think I don't think they no, I gotta have a kid.
Right, but I think the having the kid thing came first, and then the bonus, like extra guacamole on the side, was that it also feels good. One of my fun facts. Now we're coming into the National Geographic wild. Is apparently lions have burrs on the head of their penis.
Is that why would you want that?
I don't know. I think it's to like
hold on,
conceive quicker or something. I don't really know.
Do you know that ducks? Oh, have you ever heard about ducks?
Like the bird.
Yeah.
Ducks.
There's these two.
I played Duck Hunt.
You played Duck Hunt? Oh, so you should be. This actually comes up in Duck
expert.
Hunt. Ducks. Okay, so the male ducks have corkscrew penises.
Okay, like the Scooby-Doo pasta.
Yep. And they kind of can squirt, like it can go around and like look all over the place.
That's like alien.
It sounds pretty gross. But the beautiful cherry on top to that is that female ducks evolved decoy vaginas. So it's kind of like a duck genital arm race. Where ducks have very intrusive corkscrew penises, and so the female ducks evolved to have fake vaginas to fool them.
So that only the alpha corkscrew could make it.
Yeah. Only the best corkscrews of the lot.
Similar, kind of. There's a certain breed of snake that the female snake will spray her hormones on a male snake, and what'll happen is they basically have a giant. We've gone. Apparently, John Adams equals. Let's talk about different animals and how they procreate. They'll just have this giant snake ball, and it's like just a bunch of males trying to look for the female, but because she sprayed her scent. Yeah, because she sprayed their scent, they're all just trying to find her in this
it's
snake
like a
ball.
Snake orgy.
Yes, like a snake orgy, and the female will just go away, and then if the smartest snake who figures out where she went gets to procreate with the female snake.
And the other snakes just have
they're just in a barn somewhere in a ball.
Where'd she go?
I don't know, man, but I can still smell her here.
Is she still in here?
Yep.
How do snakes even have penises? Where are they?
They're a reptile.
So
and I know they have eggs. So, I'm not sure
and then they spread.
I'm not sure if it's like
frogs.
It's possible. I don't know the anatomy of snakes that well. I'd have to watch National Geographic to tell me. I would assume so.
Animals are
like an egg
strange. I mean, we're
fertilization.
strange too, I guess. We think of how many strange things we have for sex.
It's true.
Things have gotten sort of control.
Yeah.
So we're not
It's a wild
one to
time,
judge.
Man. Nope.
What do you think the future of sex is?
Oh, God.
Look at this, we're talking about sex now. It's a sex podcast. The future of sex.
We're uninformed on presidents, and we're definitely uninformed about the world of sex education.
How we really know.
I mean, I think is it the metaverse?
Is that it? You know what?
Is that the?
You know what? That'd be pretty cool. Would you have sex in the metaverse?
No.
If they have legs?
No. Only if they have legs.
Just a stump.
Yeah. No, I do think it's going in that direction. I'm not down for it.
Would you have sex with a stranger in the metaverse?
No.
Why not?
Because I feel like it's too detached. You know what I mean? Like,
depends on what kind of hardware you
well,
run.
that's what I'm saying is I don't want to have hardware.
Oh, you just want an easy... Would you do the thing where it just like... have you ever seen Black Mirror?
I've seen Black Mirror, the classic bro friendship turned...
Yeah, the bromance.
Turned bromance.
Let's play game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's play video games, then have sex with each other.
Yeah.
I once... I once asked a friend that you know, but it's not...
It's not Apartment Dad?
It's the other one. And,
okay.
And the other one, if you don't, they probably don't know who the other one is.
That's true. Okay.
I once asked them if they would have sex with me in the metaverse, and they said no. Heartbroken.
Now, I have a question. Did you ask them at the same time in the same room or separately?
Yeah. I was like, what do you guys think? Have you seen that Black Mirror episode?
So I feel like if you would ask them, I feel like if you were to ask them separately, their answer might have changed.
Oh,
because
maybe.
if you ask them in front of them at the same time, it's like I feel like they're now worried that this other person in the room is going to judge them, so they're going to like lie.
The thing was the thing that really got me was they said, "Well, I could be a hot woman," and they said, "No, the problem's your personality." And I was like, oh man.
No. We got that.
We know you're a hot woman.
That doesn't actually sweeten the deal.
So I just have to change my personality in the metaverse too, I guess.
Gotcha. Well, I guess that's the thing, right? Is you can change you can be whoever you want on the internet.
Yeah. Isn't that too much power for someone to have?
Possibly. But I think people will show them who they actually are. People are very egotistical, I find. So you could fake who you are for only a certain amount of time before the real you eventually comes out. If that makes any sense.
But what if I'm not the real me right now?
Well, then, Deepthroat, I feel like our friendship...
What if I have an awakening?
...is built on lies, and that's not how this podcast works.
What if my real name isn't even Deepthroat?
Well, that's true. My name's definitely Dutch.
Of course. That's why it took us so long. That's why it took us half an hour to figure it out in the last episode.
Don't listen to the other episode. Just start here, everybody.
Yeah, this is... John Adams was the first president.
John Adams is my president.
I think he's my favorite so far. I think it'll be hard to beat the not a slave owner.
Yeah, I will say I think as we're going through, he'll probably be at the top until we get past Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't want to jump the gun here, but I think Lincoln might be better. Oh, I don't know. He was a good
I don't know. I'm really liking Andrew Jackson's hair.
Oh, Andrew Jackson.
Yeah. He's got very windswept hair. It could just be the painting though. Like I think whoever painted his portrait was very wispy.
Look at John Quincy Adams. He was bald.
He was bald. But it looks like he's got a little bit of hair at the back.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a little bit of a mullet action.
It's like a mullet, but bald. Bald in the front, party in the back.
Yeah, party in the back. And then William Henry Harrison.
You got a little...
The nose of all presidents.
Mm-hmm. That is a big schnoz.
It's a schnoz for sure. Zachary Taylor just looks like he doesn't want to be there.
You know a fun fact that I learned? Oh yeah, he doesn't look like... He looks very angry.
He's like, I do not...
I think that's when photography was meant because it looks.
Yeah,
like
once we get to the 10th.
Back then, they didn't smile.
Yeah, because you had to like
sit
then, really like still for a very long.
And
exposure.
apparently, it's a burden to smile for.
Well, I think it's hard to hold it for that long in the exact same position, so you'd get like a blurry smile.
I could hold a smile
for like 5 minutes.
It's not a 5-minute exposure. Is that what it is?
I think so. Like the first original.
Wow. Damn. I guess it's quicker than a painting.
That's why you got all those like crazy ghost photos.
Right. Damn.
Yeah, and they would take people, and a lot of times the photos they would take of dead people.
Oh, right.
Because it would be the most still photo they could get.
Still customer.
Yeah. And then it would be like a remembrance of like your past loved one, but there's like cursed photos because you're just like, this person is in like, is not moving.
You know, a fun fact I learned. I'll be honest. I kind of listened to our podcast once or twice.
Oh, that's nice.
But after I listened to it one time, I was like, When did the Secret Service start existing?
Oh.
And I took a guess, and I was exactly right. When do you think it started existing?
Was it the First World War?
Nope.
Oh. Was I too early or too late?
Too late. I think when you know it, you'll be like, oh, that makes sense.
Is it like basically when like George Washington was around, like when they were doing the like taking down of the Brits? No.
Nope. Okay, wait. What? Why would? Okay, let's assume that this is the.
Oh, okay. I know. It was when Lincoln was assassinated.
Exactly. 3 months after he was killed.
That makes sense. Okay. Then they were like, "Oh shit, we're now big cheese. We gotta make sure our
people
head
know
honcho's
us.
good."
That makes sense. People are killing us while we're seeing plays.
Yeah. People are.
What play was he seeing? John Wilkes Booth. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
John Wilkes Booth was the man that shot him, and there is crazy conspiracies attached to that as well because the trajectory of the bullet or something that happened, like it shouldn't have happened. So people think that it was like a hit where it wasn't actually like John Wilkes Booth took the fall for it, but it wasn't actually him that did it. Really? But again, that's like. Knowledge from like the 1800s. Yeah, so it's like, how can you fact check that now?
Where did you hear that?
I don't know. Probably just on the internet. But who knows? That they could be lying to me as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conspiracies though. One of my favorite conspiracies is the Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy.
Is that like before Pizzagate?
I think it is the original Pizzagate. It's basically like they people are convinced that they resell like people's used pizzas. Because like if you ever look at a Chuck E. Cheese pizza, like the way they cut it, the slices don't match up, like the cut slices. Because like basically you cut across the pizza a bunch of times, but if you like the lines don't ever, so it's like they're taking slices from used.
The
pizzas,
pepperonis don't line up.
Exactly, like the pepperonis are lined up, or like you can't get a straight line; it gets like a little bit of an angled line. So you're like, yeah.
That is a conspiracy. Where are all those pizzas going? People are so confident now because they have people agreeing with them on the internet.
That's true. Yeah, I guess you can always find your people, whether it's negative or positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever heard of flat earthers?
Yes, I have.
The thing is, like, they have a giant community of like people trying to debunk round Earth theory, they call it, and it becomes like a church to them, and there's like I was watching a documentary where someone like ended up being, oh wait a minute, the Earth is round, but it was like their community, so they just stuck around anyways.
There was one of my favorite videos is of flat earthers doing like a scientific test to prove that it was flat, and they
is that with the lasers?
With the lasers, and they're like, if it's round, then we won't be able to. If it's flat, we'll see the laser, wherever it is, and they did it, and like their
the laser
outcome of the test was above. They're like, oh, it is.
This can't be right. Oh yeah, and did that sway their opinion, or did they?
They were kind of they just didn't say anything. Like they weren't ready to admit.
Yeah, they're like, this laser must be bent.
Oh, wait. No, we're on a hill.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, it's hard to persuade people. I don't really care. Like, you're not hurt as long as they're not hurting you.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone can have their own thoughts and beliefs.
I'm gonna think they're an idiot in every regard.
Yeah, but also on the opposite side, people can think I'm an idiot. Like that's totally cool.
Yeah, but I'm a genius. So.
Oh, I was talking about me specifically, not you. You're a genius.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're a genius too.
No.
I was gonna call you Drake again.
Drake. I kind of like that though. I like that at the end of the episode. I just become Drake.
Yeah, we can. Our names we can have metamorphic names.
Ooh. Because yours is just Deep.
Deep Goat.
Deep Goat.
Yep. Deep Gloat.
Deep Gloat. I like that.
It's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
What's been on your mind, Dutch? What have you been thinking about?
I mean, mostly the holidays. Those are coming up soon.
Not really.
Well, I guess they're coming up for me soon because I usually go home to the fam dam pretty early. So I basically just have November to like see a bunch of people before I leave.
You go home for a whole month?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have had to book that off early.
Well, I'm still working. I still work from.
See.
Yeah. I just because we are remote, I can do that. So that's kind of a bonus thing. But that's really it.
Have you started your Christmas shopping yet?
Not really. I've been like listing. I'm a good list maker. I like writing things down, so I've been doing that.
A list of Christmas goods?
Yeah, just like things to get. But I don't have a huge family, so like we don't do huge gift exchange. So what I'll usually do is get something like maybe something fun for like friends or something. But even then, like we don't really see each other till New Year's Eve anyways, so there's no rush in getting it. So
there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, 6 episodes before Christmas. By Christmas time, we'll be on President number 8, Martin Van Buren.
Van Buren.
Another bald guy.
He kind of looks like if Humpty Dumpty was a person.
You're right. And he had like little tufts of hair on the side.
Yeah. Because like
spreading out.
Humpty Dumpty's like an egg, right? He's a big egg.
Mm-hmm.
Now that could just be the painter gave him a quite creamy cherub face, and that's why I think he looks like an egg.
Yeah, maybe this is a modest interpretation by the artist. Like maybe.
I mean, that's the thing too is. At least with a photograph, you take the photo, that's who the person is. There was no Photoshop back then. But with a painting, you could kind of like paint them in a light that looks a little bit nicer.
Have you ever seen the movie Portrait of a Lady on Fire?
No, I have not.
It's a very good movie. It's a steamy lesbian romance.
Ooh.
It's a French movie. I'd highly recommend it.
Ooh, the French make a comeback.
Oh, don't they ever? It's a very good movie. It has to do with the reason I thought it was because a paintress, a female painter, is tasked with painting a picture of a woman to send it off to find a husband for her.
Oh yes.
And they might or might not fall in love.
All that staring at each other and standing still.
Mm-hmm. Upon hours.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing to think about. That when you were courting someone and you were like writing your letters of correspondence, you would like send paintings of yourself to each other.
And you better just hope the artist is good. Like.
Yeah, because that's like the original Catfish, where it's like you would tell your painter to make you look really pretty. Yeah. Just paint me from the shoulders up.
Yeah.
And then send them the bust, and then they get to meet you, and you're like, oh, your nose is huge.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Like, you just kind of have to trust the artist.
Yep. Or then maybe you just marry your cousin.
Yeah. Maybe the painting's so bad that you end up marrying your cousin. You're like, oh, she's kind of cute. And then you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, shit.
When you meet her, this is my cousin.
Oh, man. Wild.
Things were so much slower back then. I wouldn't miss it. I can't wait to have sex in the metaverse.
Yeah, I didn't ask you that question. I guess I just assumed what your answer was. I apologize.
I definitely. Oh no, I will definitely be having sex in the metaverse
Or
with
are
everyone.
you?
I don't even care.
Doesn't matter.
I don't even care who it is.
Yeah, I guess did you? I guess you asking your two friends if they would was you saying yes, I would.
I was just curious what they. I find it kind of funny, just how people will change. Like, well, what is sex really if there's no physical?
That's true.
Who knows? What if could I have sex with myself if I recorded it?
Probably. I'm sure you could like make an AI where it's like record yourself and then the AI recreates you.
Yeah, because it generates. Yeah, that's totally
generates
possible.
Responses based on what you've
with its neural network
given information on.
And
yeah,
then,
but that's
and then
like
I could do sex within the latent space between Deepthroat and I don't know some porn star that also made it.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
It'd probably be the safest space for a lot of sex workers out there would be online like that.
Yeah.
It's like the next level of OnlyFans.
And the cool thing is you could do it to hundreds of people all at once.
Yeah. It's true. It would just be a recording. It wouldn't actually
Twitch
be you.
streamers, yeah.
Quick.
Twitch streamers could. Oh, just you wait, Dutch. It's gonna be. No one's ever gonna leave the house.
Dear God, we're gonna be so pasty.
Mm-hmm.
And.
But it's not gonna matter because we can give ourselves a tan in the metaverse.
Well, I'll still go to the park.
You're gonna go to the park?
Yeah.
I guess like that's cool. I
mean, I still like going outside, but that's just because I'm a weirdo, you know.
But there's a global pandemic.
Yeah, but if I go to the park, I'm outside.
You can't have sex in the park.
I'm not saying I'm gonna go have sex in the park. I'm saying I'm just gonna go to the park and hang out. Because I don't want to stay inside all the time.
You could be having sex with Winnie the Pooh. If you're into that.
No, thank you. No, not a fictional child character. I'm good.
Do you know that Did you hear that Winnie the Pooh is public domain now?
Yes.
Did you see that horror movie?
No, I've seen the one with the Thomas the Tank Engine where they they edited there was a mod for a game.
Is this Skyrim?
It might have been Skyrim, but I think it might have also been the Resident Evil Village where they made Lady Dimitrescu the Thomas the Tank Engine.
Ooh.
And then there was one where they made it it was like a centipede creature that they gave it the Thomas the Tank Engine face.
Oh yeah, I've seen that actually.
Yeah. Yeah, the public domain, it's like life plus 60 or something. So like once it goes by that and no one else buys the rights to it, then like anyone can use it.
Except for Mickey Mouse.
Yes. Well, because it's no longer it's because Disney as the company had bought the rights to it from Walt Disney the person. Who's definitely frozen. Hey, that's another conspiracy theory. Maybe I'm telling you something you already know, but so there was a theory that he's frozen underneath the castle at one of the parks because he had connections with people that believe that you could bring somebody back to life. So they just put him on ice in case that ever comes to fruition. Mm-hmm. But the movie Frozen with like Elsa and Anna, they specifically named it that title so that because there was an influx of people Googling Walt Disney Frozen, Walt Disney Frozen, to look for him frozen. And so there's a conspiracy that the company made that movie to change the Google algorithm. So now when you Google Walt Disney Frozen, all you get is the movie stuff and nothing to do with that conspiracy. Like with people like asking about it basically. So they're trying to like cover it up.
That's some 4-dimensional chess.
Right? But it makes sense.
Well, Dutch.
Well, Deepthroat, how do you feel? Is John Adams your favorite president?
I think he's my favorite so far.
Favorite so far. I think I'm going to have to agree. I like his name. I like that he was portrayed by Paul Gigliotti.
Paul Gigliotti.
Gigliotti.
The Blue Man himself.
Blue Man himself. He was in Sideways, movie about wine.
He was also in the movie about the Beach Boys.
Yep. Yes. He does a great job of playing the skis ball in many movies.
Maybe we should have him on the podcast.
If only he would return my calls.
We can once we're. Oh, I haven't asked. Have you uploaded the first episode anywhere yet?
I have not, but we can talk about that.
Yeah. We could. I just don't want to have to pay for it. Is that right?
That's my basic thing as well. I don't want to pay for it. I mean,
We're not that good yet.
I'm gonna stop recording if that's cool. Unless there's anything else.
Well, here, let's wrap. Have we wrapped it up yet?
I mean, I said my thing.
And come back again next week.
We're going to talk about Thomas Jefferson, and man, we'll see if I also get lost in the sauce of Wikipedia.